We have to change from doubter to believer.
Hello everyone, welcome to DTBTV, and we're going to do Manchester United preview part 3. So, hello everyone, welcome to DTBTV, and this is going to be part 3 of the build-up for the huge game tomorrow between Manchester United and Liverpool at Anfield. So, I'll just wait for, obviously because I'm doing this live, I'm just waiting for a couple of you to join first and then we'll start. Right, so part 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to you about, you know, the match, what we're thinking about it confidence wise, answer some questions if you want me to answer some questions as well, and basically I'm going to go into detail. Every week I'm going to get the Liverpool Echo, because the Liverpool Echo has on match weekends some very good write-ups from the chief Liverpool Football Club writer Ian Doyle, and also Paul Gorst, who's Liverpool's correspondent. And there's 2 articles here that I'm going to read out to you, which can give you some insight into this weekend and what's the thinking with what we're going to do and stuff like that. So the first article is by Paul Gorst, which is Liverpool's correspondent, right? And it's positive news on Jota can't come soon enough. So while the noise around Liverpool has focused on the lack of defensive options this season, it is up to the other end. It's up the other end where problems have lay strawn more recently. Basically, obviously, the strikers not scoring enough goals. For those of you that don't know, obviously you do. Since the 7-0 demolition of Crystal Palace back on the December 19th, as shot-shy Reds have seemingly run out of ideas in the final third. Just 1 goal in their last 3 games has slowed down the momentum to a virtual standstill ahead of Sunday's visit from new league leaders Manchester United. Liverpool's famed threat from both full-back areas has been blunted, while their front three, Mane, Salah and Firmino, have looked jaded at times. The story of those trio of games have been the same. The Lions' share of possession has not resulted in anything seriously troubling a defensive opposition content to sit deep. Against West Brom, Liverpool had as much as 79% of the possession, but were limited to just 2 shots on target on December the 27th. 3 days later, the champions would dominate again with 74% possession against Newcastle. Their 4 shots against goalkeeper Carl Darlow were all repelled. And after going a goal down inside 2 minutes at the St Mary's on January the 4th against Southampton, the champions were unable to force an effort on goal until the 75th minute, when an underworked Fraser Foster easily held Mane's effort. It's unlike Klopp's Liverpool to look so bereft of invention, particularly for such a large period of time. Barring Mane's sublime finish against West Brom, the Reds have spent the past 270 minutes of Premier League football desperately searching for some spark. So just what has gone wrong? While a caveat can be made for the fact that 7 were plundered into the same game, taking the fixture at Selhurst Park away, still puts Liverpool on 30 goals from 16 games this term. That is, in the same amount as in fixtures, is 5 goals better than Manchester City and 2 more than Everton have managed in their full complement of 17 games. But it would be unwise to dismiss the recent run of form as nothing more than a mid-season blip. After all, 14 of the 37 goals have come in just 3 games against Palace, Wolves and Leicester. Perhaps of all the injury concerns this season, and there have been plenty, they are most suffering from the lack of cutting edge provided by Diogo Jota. The Portugal international spent the fledgling months of his career at Anfield exceeding all early season expectations, bagging 9 in total. Such was his form that Klopp moved to tweak his system to a 4-2-3-1 in order to accommodate the former Wolves star alongside Mohamed Salah, Mane and Firmino. His arrival was brought about to help alleviate the goal-scoring burden on the aforementioned from 3, and he has done just that, or was doing it at least. A knee injury picked up in the Champions League dead rubber at Midtjylland has left him sidelined since December the 9th. Since then, Liverpool have won just 2 of their last half a dozen games. It is that run of form that has allowed United to creep to the summit ahead of Sunday's top of the table clash. Klopp's most recent update last week confirmed that the Portugal international, now I didn't know this, the Portugal international is still wearing a knee brace. So at this moment in time, Diego Jota's not even at his knee brace, which isn't good. It will still take time, says Klopp, and he's a few weeks away from team training. There is nothing really to say it takes time. There was no surgery needed, which was good, but it was a proper injury. It's not like a little knock or something, no. And it will still take time. There is no real time frame there. A further update is likely to be forthcoming when the Reds boss greets the media. Liverpool fans will hope it is a positive one. Jota, perhaps surprisingly, has already become an integral part of the operation at Anfield, and maybe it is not too dramatic to suggest that title hopes rest on his swift return. So that's mad. Basically, the write-up from Paul Gorst, who, like I said, is Liverpool's FC's correspondent. So this isn't just paper talk by some pundit. These are people that are directly involved with the football club. And yeah, that's how important Jota has became at Liverpool. Just wondering why I've got no comments. Nobody commented yet. No. And we've got 25. Right, no worries. So yeah, so going to that, so Jota's return is massive for us. Obviously, we know that. The goal scoring form is from the stats I've just read out. It's more than a worry than the defending by the sound of it. But the great news is it looks like Joel Matip is back. So my team behind me. I need to stick Joel Matip in it, but I'm going to go with the team I picked because that's what I picked. So I'm not going to make myself look right every week. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. That's the team I picked, and that's what I'm going to stay with. So this last write-up I want to read out to you is from Ian Doyle, who's Liverpool's chief writer. So again, this is information coming out of the club. It has always been the biggest fixture in English football. And now the table confirms the magnitude of Liverpool taking on Manchester United. First plays second as the League Cup semi-finalists make the short journey down to the East Lancs Road to clash with the Premier League champions on Sunday. United, 3 points clear and with precious few injury concerns, are regarded as favourites. That annoyed me. I don't think they are favourites. Are regarded as favourites in some quarters to end Liverpool's unbeaten home league record that stretches back to April 2017. The Reds, by contrast, have been grappling with a selection problem at centre-back ever since Joe Gomez followed Virgil van Dijk on the sidelines in long-term absentee in November. Joel Matip will be given every chance to be available for the weekend, having missed the last 3 games with an abductor issue. And here we look at the options available to Jurgen Klopp as he ponders who should partner makeshift centre-back Fabinho. Now these stats are quite clever really, but they're also very important. Let me just type a second, see why the comments ain't coming through. 3-1. Let's just see if that does anything. No. Comments are not coming up for some reason. Oh, we'll deal with that in a bit. Right, anyway, so let's go to... so basically what I was saying there is these are the options available to Jurgen Klopp. And starting with Fabinho and Joel Matip as a pairing. So... Fabinho and Joel Matip have played 465 minutes together as a pairing. The news Klopp really wants to hear is that Matip has been given the green light by the medical team to resume training. The Cameroonian, Liverpool's only recognised senior centre-back, has started only 9 games this term. 5 of those have been alongside Fabinho. During that period, the Reds have conceded 1 goal. So with the 5 games that Fabinho and Matip have played together, we've conceded once. 5 of those have been alongside Fabinho, yes. However, with Matip absent from training on Wednesday, time is against the former shout man, but he's been in training the last 2 days. So that's Fabinho and Matip. Fabinho and Reece Williams. If Matip doesn't make it, Klopp will surely be mindful of the pace United have on the counter-attack. No other team has scored more Premier League goals on the break this season. That might favour the inclusion of Williams, who is the quickest available option. Now, I want to bring up that point. Everybody keeps commenting that I see, the comments that I see all sort of state that he's slow. I know I've never seen him be too slow, and it's saying here that from Liverpool's chief writer that Liverpool view him as the fastest centre-back. So I don't know what anybody else is seeing because I haven't seen the fact that he's not quick, because he is. Anyway, going back to it, that might favour the inclusion of Williams, who's the quickest available option, even if, as West Bromwich Albion and Villa demonstrated, he can be exposed to speed due to his positioning. So they're saying it's not the fact he's slow, his positioning is wrong. So that's because he's 19, he's not getting in the right areas and the right positions, right? The 19-year-old has made 2 Premier League appearances partnering Fabinho in the 2-1 win over Tottenham Hotspur, and then joining the Brazilian again when replacing the stricken Matic for the final half hour against West Brom last month. He also had spells paired with Fabinho in the League Cup win over Lincoln, the Champions League draw at Midtjylland, and featured for the entirety of the FA Cup third round win at Aston Villa. So that's more or less second choice. Fabinho and Nat Phillips, 180 minutes. Phillips would offer a slightly more experienced option and offer greater resolve defending set pieces. He has made, sorry, I just forgot to tell you that Fabinho and Reece Williams have played 300 minutes together. Fabinho and Nat Phillips have played 180 minutes together. So Phillips would offer a slightly more experienced option. He has made 3 outings this season, all of which have come in the Premier League, with 2 alongside Fabinho. However, a lack of pace could be the concern when considering United's pace on the counter-attack. The visitors will surely look to press the right-hand side of the Liverpool's defence. So that's that one. Final one, Fabinho and Henderson. I'm sure everybody on this group agrees we don't want that. Klopp threw something of a curveball in Liverpool's last Premier League outing when he moved skipper Henderson to centre-back pairing. Other than Danny Ings' early goal, Liverpool looked comfortable there and afterwards. Well, I don't agree with that. We didn't look very comfortable. So there's the 2 views from inside Liverpool Football Club of what they think of this weekend. I don't know why the comments ain't coming up. I've got no clue about that. So I'm gonna have to have a look. I can't see them for some reason, a bit of a malfunction, but we'll deal with that. So yeah, so from everything I'm getting there, we all want the same thing. I think we all want Matip and Fabinho to be our centre backs. And literally, the midfield is going to be the midfield. We want the Gini Wijnaldum situation I need to speak about at the moment. I said this, I called it weeks and weeks ago, right? I know the contract that he first was put on the table was outstanding. He rejected that. I tried saying on my videos, those that have been with the group as long as I've had it, will know I did a video stating that he wants to go to Barcelona, and that if Barcelona had brought a bid in for him, then basically he would have gone. So the only reason why Gini Wijnaldum is still at Liverpool is because Barcelona didn't make a bid. It's straight and simple as that. So we've lost out on a great player now for 2 reasons as well, but also for the value, because we're going to get nothing from him now. He's going to go on a Bosman, which is annoying. Now it's the conundrum. What do? Does Klopp play him? Because this is the final contract offer I've been told. Does Klopp play him? I think Gini would give 100%. I've got no qualms with that. I think he will play this weekend. But Curtis Jones is probably pushing for a start. And maybe Shaqiri, if we played Shaqiri and say an attacking one of the 3, could play Henderson and Thiago sitting, and you could have Shaqiri just in the diamond. So I mean, something like that we could look at. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed the comments ain't working because I can't really feed back with you then. So what I might do is I might finish the video and let the comments come through, and we'll talk more tomorrow. So we'll be live a lot tomorrow. So have a great night, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comments after I publish this video. Get on DTBTV, subscribe for free, and get the invites out for this group. And also, if you want hoodies or t-shirts, which I will be wearing as from next week, then basically order them off Indie Designs through Andrew Knott. And yeah, thank you very much. You'll never walk alone.